Welcome, everybody. Total pleasure, total pleasure, total pleasure. Thank you for taking some time to receive some light. I realize you could be doing a lot of other things, right? Could be catching up on Netflix. Right. That's what we're going to do tonight because it's what we do. And because at this moment, it's really, really, really important. Right? We're going to start as we always start, and then I want to tell you a little story. As we do, and as we are learning to do, and as we are learning to do with a thought and a breath, connect with your heart. Right? Many people here, we've worked together for a little while now. I welcome everybody who has come, who is new to us. The point is for us to join hearts. Right? And doing that is not a pop song. It's not a Hallmark card. It's not an idea. It's not a fantasy. It's not an imagination. It is an actual linking through the electromagnetic field that joins all life. And the way we do that, because the place in us that does that, that automatically steps into that field, is the heart. I'm not making that up. I'm basing that on years and years, decades of exploration. And as they say, we tried it the other way. We tried it through ideas. We tried it through philosophy. We tried it through criticism. We tried it through opinion. We tried it through declaration. We tried it through addiction. So when I say to you right now, this moment, breathe and enter the space of your heart, however you do that right now, please do that with me. How do you know that you've done it? Because the qualities of the heart get activated in you. Principally, wherever you are, you get calmer. First of all, because calmness is the first layer of the heart. I'll say it again because some people are coming in now. Calmness is the first layer of the heart. Also, when we connect with others, as my heart is connecting to your heart, as your heart is connecting to my heart and to everybody else's heart, we get calmer because we are vibrationally not alone anymore. So let's just do that for a moment. Close your eyes. I'm going to close mine. And let's just let our hearts seek each other naturally along the electromagnetic lines of force. Free your heart to do that. You see? Your choice, the use of your cognitive self is not to make the connection, it's to allow the connection. like that. There you go. There you go. A client asked me a question. She said, does everybody have the same desire in their heart? Because it doesn't look like it, right? And I said, yes. And one way to see what's going on around us, what's one way to see and observe, is from that point of view. And to see the flailing that's going on in pursuit of that desire for connection, that desire for meaning through vibratory connection. And now I'm going to tell you a little story connected to that. Why is it so important now? Why are we doing this? Why are we offering this free to whoever wants to come? Because it is important. But here's here was an explanation that I was there for. So as many of you know, one of the parts of our mission, of the way that we work, is through what we call mediumship. Mediumship is the natural ability to connect with energy, vibration, through one's own, as we say in Portuguese, aparelho, through your bodies. And each person has a natural connection. There's an array of the different kinds of mediumistic connection. And everybody has, if there are 5 of them, then you're a 1, 2, 3, and I'm a 5, 3, 1. The discovery of who I am as a healer and as a person in my work involves, in part, discovering that, oh, that's what that's been for so many years. That pain I've had, that confusion I've had, those dreams that I've had, those spontaneous vibratory experiences. Oh, whoa, I get it, right? It's great. It's a great moment for us. So one of those ways is called the mediumship of incorporation. It's very rare. It's very beautiful. It means that one's aparelho, this vehicle, is simultaneously inhabited by me and by somebody else. Happens. It's delicate. It requires discernment because, as I read once, they said, just because they're dead don't mean they're smart, right? So who comes, how they come, when they come, and what they have to say is a very beautiful and a very delicate study. So in my life, one of the people most adept at this, most advanced at this, most incredible at this is my daughter, Zara. And we were participating in a ceremony recently, and she had 2 of her beings came and spoke to us. It's a great blessing. And here's basically what they both said. The first one said, she went like this. She said, there's so many thoughts. There's so many thoughts in so many people that it's noise. There's so much noise of thoughts. There's so much noise of thoughts. And see, and she's a being that she doesn't have that. She just has heart. So there's so much noise of thoughts. The second one came and said, it's really difficult to come nowadays because there's a cloud. Said the same thing. There's a cloud of thoughts based on fear. And it's surrounding the earth. And he said, this was a he, the first one was a she. He said, it's very difficult right now to navigate through this cacophony, this cloud, this density. And here's what he said that's important. He said, you can't fight it. Don't fight it. If you fight with it, you're going to lose. What he said was, there's a way through. He went like this. He said, there's a way through to another place. There's a crack. There's sunlight through the clouds. If you can find it. You see? So important. The thoughts that you're thinking, particularly the negative thoughts and the cacophony that you may involve yourself in, most of it is not yours. I'm going to ask you a question for you to answer for yourself. I just said that, right? So what percentage of the thoughts you're thinking, the feelings you're having, the energies you're experiencing, the sicknesses that you may be going through, the depressions, the anxieties, and whatever it is, what percentage is not yours? What is it? Somebody just held up their hand. 0, right? The options are 0 to 100. Right? What percentage is not yours? To that extent, connecting yourself with light consciously is your protection and is your way of helping, not just to protect you, not to be like, no, keep away from me. It's not this. If that's your job, that's your job. The problem is not that we are mediums. The problem is not that all these thoughts are passing through us. That's how it is. The problem is we don't know it. And we get all bent out of shape, right? Queenie just said 85%, 86%. We don't know it. And we forget. I'm talking about people who have been doing this for years. I'm talking about that me sometimes. Not that often, but me sometimes too. Like, oh, I'm just this person doing this person thing. Boom. Wow, what am I thinking about? Oh my God, I feel so heavy. My neck hurts, my body, my digestion gets weird. I feel crabby and I feel isolated. Whoa. I've been doing this for 45 years. Maybe I would remember that if I sit down and do what we're doing here and what we're going to do consciously here, even more in a few minutes. If I do that and I connect consciously with light through my heart, I feel better. And those energies, which are only looking for light, right? What I said before, does everybody want the same in their heart? So do these entities, so do all the energies. All they want is light. Why do they come to you? Because you naturally have a lot of it. You naturally have a connection with light. They may know it before you do. They may know it before you do, because they are little blind lemmings going around being like, well, I just need some light. I need some light. Boom, whoa, and they bump into you. And they're like, they start climbing the ladder of your light. But if your channel is closed, I went like this, right? This is where the channel is. If your channel is closed, then they bump up against your little channel, and then they build up and build up and build up, and you have headaches and you have all that stuff. I'm not telling you anything that I don't know from my personal, intimate experience. This is not theoretical. This is vibrational, energetic. So here's what happens. There are stages to us becoming aware of this. There are stages, right? But first, I'm going to back up and I'm going to tell you something that happened today with another client. Very important. We were talking about this, exactly this conversation about. And this person is someone who is very, very sensitive, has had a gigantic backlog for years and years and years. Bless this person. They are an incredible example of courage. Got ill, got overloaded, keeps going, and now is starting to sleep. One is cleaning the backlog, right? That's what I said, builds up here, builds up here, builds up in your third chakra, builds up. And so this person is cleaning, and simultaneously learning to recognize when the stuff comes. So this person works as a counselor, the therapist. And they told me they were sitting with a client. And all of a sudden, something flew in, so to speak, flew in through her window that was so angry and so pissed off and so hot and that she almost didn't know what to do. And she finished the session. And then she went out in her car and screamed to let it out. Brilliant. To be aware that what was coming to this person was not theirs. Super important. I see people on this call who are healers. Super important to get to the place where I am so present and so much in my heart and so much in the neutral space of compassion that we're all going to enter in a minute together, that I have my natural feelers are out. So here comes an energy from that cloud, because this is what it was, except that in this case was coming from the client, was an entity that normally would come through that poor person in front of them and came to the healer, like I said, because they're blind. They're like, well, I need light, boom, well, there's some light. So the awareness. B, let it go. Find your way. The best way, the addition to whatever way is your way. So in this case, the person was like, no, I'm not going to keep this violence in me. But you need to do it in light. Otherwise, it recycles. So here the person sitting in the car could go out the window and go back in the other window. But she was in light because she's learning how to do that. I'm doing this, opening her chest here. Right? Okay, parentheses. By the way, if any of you are thinking or coming to study with me in the in-person thing, the in-person workshops we're going to do in March and April, this is what we're going to do together, among other things. Literally learn the art of connecting with light. We're doing a mini class here because I want to help you understand. So this is what this person did. She was aware and she cleared it out of herself. So she wasn't adding to the backlog, you see? So that's the second stage, because the first stage is we're unconscious, right? We're unconscious. We're just going around doing what we're doing, gathering to us, or however we're managing, however we're navigating, right? So then we become aware of it. Right? Then what we do is we try to fix it, which can help in some cases. I become aware of my own stuff that is attracting that. So this person didn't have anger come to them randomly. They also have a resonance. There's a bell that rings that says, oh, I have unresolved anger, I have unresolved anger. Boom. So the process is simultaneously, I learn how to clear the energies through me, but also heal that resonance with the particular kinds of energies that come to me. So for instance, in my past, I had plenty of anger, but I had lots of sadness. I had lots of grief because of my childhood, blah, blah, blah. So, oh my God, I would get desperately sad entities and lots of grief passing through my body. So I had to do two things. One is I had to learn how to recognize and clear that. The second thing is I had to really take on the healing of my own grief. Because I wanted to be a clear vessel. And I wanted to feel better, right? I wanted to be a clear vessel and I wanted to feel better, right? So then in the healing of first I was unconscious, then I became aware of it. Then I try to fix it, all my therapies and all the different things, which help somewhat. But the thing is still there, the resonance is still, and the energies and the entities still keep coming, right? Then the next stage which is where we are together here, holding it in awareness, holding it in awareness, but not fixing it. Because in the fixing it, like arguing with an energy, you just reinforce it, you make it stronger. I realize that the people who are fixers like I was, still am, it's a hard one. How do I hold it in awareness? What am I holding it in? I'm holding it in the space of compassion. Because compassion is the place of total possibility. Compassion is the space where what can happen can happen. I understand that this is counter to every Western methodology of healing. I was an acupuncturist. Acupuncture, you figure out where the points go and you move and you manipulate the energy and hopefully the person gets better. It's a different way because it makes an assumption that everything wants light. And that symptoms are the interaction of the desire for light and the blockage to light. That's what a symptom is. See, so after you work it for a while, and then you hold it in awareness, here's the next thing that happens, you get bored with it. Like it's just, my shit is just so boring now. Been there, done that, seen it, been around the block. So in the boredom, you disidentify the energy. You're just holding it, even it's another stage of holding it. Right? And then you become totally neutral. There's my stuff. Here's the key. This same person, she's a brilliant person, showed me something. She said, what I'm not doing anymore is indulging the shame that comes to hold it to me. The shame that I'm not better, the shame that I'm a bad person, the shame that I am so sensitive, the shame, shame, guilt, and pride. Refusing to entertain shame, guilt, and pride. Refusing to entertain it anymore. Doesn't mean they're not there. It doesn't mean that all these things are not there. But what I'm doing is setting up a field based on compassion, based on the heart, based on what we're going to do in about a minute and a half here, so that light can come and transform my thoughts, my patterns, the entities, the beings, the thoughts from the cloud, according to their inner nature, according to their true prayer. You see? The prayer for light, the prayer for healing, the prayer for unity, according to my prayer for freedom and you to be useful. I'm creating the availability in me for that to happen. So that's the final stage, is I'm just holding it all in awareness. Beyond boredom, I'm just like, it's okay. I just have, there it is. There's that thought. There's that pain. There's that trauma. There's that glory, right? What that also does is it gives you a good, better sense of humor about it too. It's like, wow, okay, there's my thing. Call light to it. See? The most important thing we are doing in these little sessions, and the most important thing that I am doing in my life, and that I hope you are doing as well, is increasing your availability. Here are the qualities that make that availability stronger, more vital, more vibrant. Actually, I've learned these again recently from my wife, Jane. The other day, she was talking about generosity. Here's what she said about generosity, right? Generosity opens the throat chakra, makes you available, but not generosity based on a transactional idea. She said, if you have, give some of it away. I was like, wait, that's too simple. How much should I give away? She said, if you have some, give some away. Somewhat. What is some? There's lots of different definitions of some. And then she said, cultivate the qualities of the heart: calmness, compassion, faith, forgiveness, mercy, hope, protection, real protection, protection of life, self-love. Like that. How do I do that? I do that by doing what we're going to do right now, okay? So I gave you some information. I hope it's useful. That's the only reason I'm doing it, because it's been useful to me. But here's what we're going to do together. We're going to enter into a short meditation, and then we're going to make ourselves available to light. At the end of this little meditation, what I'm going to guide you to do is make your prayer, because that's the last piece. I make myself available. I enter into the heart. I open up my field. I make my prayer, and then I call light to it. I know it's so simple. What are you going to do with your PhD? This is your PhD. This is my PhD. For sure. This is my PhD study, right? And my dissertation is this here. This is my dissertation of my body. Huh? Okay. So this is actually a variation on a meditation that I learned from one of my teachers, an amazing man named Dr. Vasant Lad. And my way is I learn from lots of different people, and then I put together my own little program, right? It's just not my way. It may be your way. You may be much more comfortable, like you follow a deal, right? So I've taken stuff from my teachers in Brazil. One of my teachers is Paramahansa Yogananda, Dr. Ladd, Bashinya, the beings who come give me, right? So I've put together my own thing, but this is one of the centers. So here's what I'm going to guide you to do, okay? Close your eyes. Be very comfortable. Have your spine straight, right? However you want your hands. Dr. Ladd has his hands, in this case, if you're sitting in a chair, open on his knees with his fingers in the yoga Buddhist position, right? To make a circuit. And just start paying attention to your breath. In this, you breathe in and out through your nose, both. The circuit that you're breathing through goes from the face of compassion in front of your heart, which is about 4 inches to 6 inches in front of the center of your chest. And I'm going to guide you as to how you're going to bring the vision of your breath. So you begin, as you inhale, you go from that place in front of your heart. You breathe in through your nose and you carry the breath over the top of your brain particularly at the very top and the back. And as you continue your inhale, you go right down the center of your body through your core, touching the inside of your heart. You literally, your heart, your physical heart, right? The middle of your body where your heart passes. Keep going down and get to your first chakra, which is at the bottom of your body, the place of your perineum. And then as you inhale, 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 you get to the bottom there and hold that for 5 seconds. Count of 5, however you count. Then, as you exhale, you reverse what you just did. You go up through the center, touch your heart, go over the back of your brain, around the front, out your nostrils, and come back to the place of compassion in front of your heart. Hold that for. Do it again. In. To the bottom. Hold it for 5. Opening your first chakra as you're holding there. You see it, you feel it, you sense it, you intuit it. Open it to touch the ground. Go into the ground. Now breathe out, go all the way back up. Over the top of your head, back to the place of compassion. Rest there. Inhale again. Do it again. Feel how your body relaxes, your muscles relax. There you go, like that, see? Keep breathing. Do one more circuit and then come to rest in the space of compassion. Now rest in the space of compassion. Breathe. Now, from that space of compassion, extend your awareness more in front. You did 50% in the space of compassion, stepped into the space of faith. More, there you go. Good job. Space of faith. Now make your prayer. What is the prayer that you have made? How is it being answered? And what is its evolution now? Put it on the altar of faith. Your positive prayer, what is happening that you're affirming? There you go, like that, on the altar of faith. Each of us is activating the altar of faith, and we are together creating the altar of faith among all of us that are here together. Very beautiful. Now we're creating the altar of faith. And we are now, in this moment, collectively, individually and collectively, going to call light to all of this. I'm going to say a little prayer. And now be aware from this space, your job is to stay centered in breathing in this space of connected, unified, compassion and faith. filled heart. We call on the guides of each one of these beloved ones. We call on the guides of this work of light. We ask that all of our prayers, made so sincerely, so humbly, so truthfully, be heard, registered, and answered in ways that we can recognize as such. And we ask that what we do here, this light, spread to all beings, walking the sacred path of unity, harmony, transformation, illumination, and liberation. Amen. Anything that wants to, anything that light lifts from you, stay breathing, bless it. There is nothing can be lifted from you except that which is of no longer use to you, but can be useful in fueling the universal pulse. The light is infinite. By you releasing what you have been carrying, you help everyone here and all those beings who surround you. By taking your share, which is as much as you can handle and more, you are helping every being that seeks light by being an example. Everything that you're putting on the altar of faith is being radiated now. And everything that everybody is putting on the altar of faith is being radiated, lifted up, enlightened, transformed now. Breathe. Renew your connection to your heart. You are being cleared. And now we're going to add to this altar of faith that we have formed collectively from our circle, not your individual one, the collective one. Whatever thoughts from that cloud, whatever entities that have been feeding on fear that are ready to be transformed, to receive this light, we offer this collective space of compassion and faith to them. We ask the guides of this work to escort those that are ready to come to receive this light. You can feel, dear ones, that there is no place in this circle for fear. Not by avoiding it, not by denying it, not by fighting it, nor following it, nor figuring it out, but by affirming faith. Are sending to your circle some of those who have been suffering, and in their suffering flailing, and in their flailing creating confusion and conflict. Your collective compassion and faith is your protection. Your not fixing anything is your methodology, so to speak. And in the charity you are doing, there is another layer of release coming through you, to you, of that which has resonated with the fearful thoughts. Now feel the presence that has come into the circle for each one of you and for all of you together. You have become available to those who would come through their love for you to help you. Ask your questions. Make them simple. Make them clear. Be aware of your mind trying to interfere and make up the answer. Just ask and be available in your heart. Hmm. 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 There is nothing to fear either from the light or in the light. You are fulfilling your destiny at this moment. Your destiny is to be completely involved in the plan, the pattern of light, the evolution through transformation of all matter, all beings, all thoughts, from darkness to light, from density to lightness, from singularity to unity. Within that, each of you has your job, your particular destiny. The prerequisite for any of it we would offer is this that you're doing now. The particular expression of your own individual relationship to light is the art of your life path. Mhm. What you do with this light is 100% up to you. You can be guided, if you wish, in the same way that you are experiencing now. But let go of the idea that there is a right way and a wrong way. There is just the way of light. The reward of availability to light is more light. This expansion, this vibration, this joy, this unity is your true birthright. To be born a human is to evolve to this. May you be blessed in this moment then, and may you know to name it the peace of Christ in your hearts. Breathe now deeply into the space of your heart. Call this light to that place to meet that which is already there. Mhm. Light of Christ upon you, light of Christ to fill you, light of Christ to heal you, light of Christ to guide you. to your home. This is a gift to you. My gift to you is the time, but the gift is your heart receiving this. We have one more step, which is open your gratitude. Open the gratitude which lives in the mental body of your throat chakra, the front. Gratitude. Gratitude for what you're receiving, for what you're learning, for what you're feeling. What you're knowing and for what you're not knowing. Like that, gratitude. Now, in that gratitude, let's do what we were taught earlier. Offer this up to whoever you know needs it and for the benefit of all beings. Knowing that the space that you vacate by your generosity will be filled, as the Master said, sevenfold. Like that. And let me encourage you in this space to do this or your version of this at least once a day. It's important for you. And even though we may only get to access a sliver of what I'm going to say, it is important beyond you, beyond us. Our hearts know each other now. We'll come back together to do this once a month as we've been ordered. It's a training. Like if you're going to pick up the guitar and learn how to play, like if you're going to start studying yoga, like anything that you're going to do, the art of calling light needs to be practiced. Not every day will be perfect. Not every day, every moment. You'll be able to access this, but it's there. And you will see, feel, sense, intuit your health, your work, your relationships be filled with light and reflect back to you. As I said earlier, we are sponsoring 2 in-person workshops. If we have enough people in March and April, we'll do them. If we don't, we'll do them later in the year. But I would encourage you to come a week from today. We'll have an online meeting free like this, and we'll breathe together and pray together. We always do. As to what we would do in those in-person times. I understand there are considerations. The place where we do them at the House of White Eagle is certainly as safe on every level as any place on earth can be. Whether or not that is your way, I thank you most sincerely for the opportunity to be in this light with you. It helps me a lot. When it's one of the secrets of this work, we don't just do it because we're martyrs. I do it for me. I get to feel the beings who come. I get to feel the vibration. My heart is lifted. My hope is renewed. My despair gets calmed down. The cloud recedes because we're helping each other be in light. And so I am deeply, deeply grateful for the opportunity. I am deeply grateful for the Essential Light Institute to hold this space. I'm grateful to the beings who guide us. I pray personally that each of us will continue to receive this light. But it's up to each of us also. It's there. You know, we are also among the blind amnesiacs. Up. The way I know is through my evolving relationship with light. And then the other things I do, the spiritual practices and my work, and my relationships and my taking care of my body and the learning I do daily, minutely, is held in that context, you see. That's what we're doing, is creating a context for everything that we do and we are, and we're learning like that. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. In this space, see you next month. Come and be with us out of curiosity. Check it out. No commitment other than consider what's right for you. The other thing I will tell you, by the way, is scheduled in May now, but it might be earlier. I'm going to do a 3-part teaching class on plant medicine because it's something I know, and there's lots of confusion about it. Just to give you a heads up. Okay. We could stay all night, but